In this training, we're going to cover working capital financing, one of the most common business loan types and also one of the most misunderstood. Working capital is short-term business financing based primarily on cash flow. It's typically used for operations, growth, payroll, marketing, or inventory. This is not asset-based financing, and approvals are not driven by collateral. Instead, lenders are focused on how money moves through the business bank account. Because this is a fast-moving product with strict underwriting standards, it's also the loan type where we see the most delays when files aren't submitted correctly. This training is designed to prevent that. Working capital is designed for operating businesses with consistent revenue. The business must have an active business bank account, and time in business matters. This is not a startup product. Underwriters care more about stable, predictable deposits than they do about headline revenue numbers. A smaller business with clean cash flow will often outperform a larger business with erratic deposits. Finally, lenders accept owners to be actively involved in day-to-day operations. Passive or absentee ownership can raise red flags in underwriting. It's important to understand how lenders actually underwrite working capital. Cash flow is primarily decision factor. Bank statements are the core underwriting document, not tax returns and not projections. Credit plays a supporting role, but it does not replace cash flow. A strong credit profile cannot overcome weak or unstable bank activity. Lenders focus heavily on revenue consistency. They would rather see steady deposits than occasional spikes. Risk is evaluated based on daily account behavior, not just annual performance. Documents for working capital are grouped by underwriting purpose. First are identity and entity documents. This includes government-issued ID for required owners and the business formation or EIN documents. Second are financial documents. Business bank statements are always required. An accounts receivable aging may be requested for certain business models. Tax returns are only required when specifically requested by underwriting. In some cases, documentation related to the use of funds may be required, such as invoices or contracts. Do not submit unnecessary documents unless requested. This slide is critical and will prevent most declines and delays. Bank statements must be full and consecutive, with no missing months and no gaps. All pages must be included, even pages that appear blank. Ending balances are reviewed closely. Underwriters look at NSF activity and negative days, not just deposits. Deposit patterns must be explainable. Large irregular deposits without context will slow or stop underwriting. If the business is seasonal, that seasonality must be disclosed upfront. Never let underwriting discover it on their own. The most common reason files are delayed or declined are consistent across lenders. Excessive NSF activity or frequent negative days is a major issue. Declining month-over-month revenue is another. Heavy debt stacking can reduce approval odds or limit options. Large unexplained deposits raise concerns about sustainability. Inconsistent business information across documents will trigger additional review. And partial or altered bank statements are often rejected outright. There are certain items that should never be submitted. Do not upload screenshots instead of PDFs. Do not crop or edit bank statements. Never submit password-protected files. Do not upload documents and missing pages or incomplete date ranges. Placeholder financial numbers are not acceptable, and incomplete or "we'll send the rest later" files will delay underwriting immediately. All working capital files must be submitted through the Four Corner Holdings platform. Start by navigating to Clients and selecting Edit Client. You must fully complete the Client Info tab and the Business Financials tab. Incomplete fields will stall review. Next, use the document checklist to indicate which documents apply to the file. Then upload each document in the Documents tab. It is critical that you select the correct document type for every upload. Files are not reviewed until all required steps are completed. Once a complete file is submitted, it enters intake review for completeness. After intake, the file moves into cash flow underwriting. If additional items or clarification are needed, underwriting conditions will be issued. The borrower responds inside the platform, and underwriting resumes review. At the end of the process, the file will be approved, suspended pending items, or declined. Partners can view status updates, but decisions are read-only. Partners who see the best results follow a few consistent practices. They review bank statements before submission and address red flags up front when possible. They coach borrowers on document quality and expectations, and they submit only complete files. They set realistic expectations early in the process and use the platform for all communication and document handling, not email. Working capital is not always the right solution. Do not submit these files if the business has no consistent deposits, ongoing bank account distress, or brand new unproven revenue. If the business is already heavily leveraged or the borrower cannot explain cash flow issues, this loan type might not be appropriate. In those cases, the correct path may be credit building, revenue seasoning, or financial cleanup before pursuing funding.